What's up everybody, back for another Star Realm video, and with the new update in version 3.2 you can now actually buy 5-star light cones that are from the premium characters. It'll look something like this, except for they'll have a new currency for you to exchange. Now, in order to get this currency you have to do a few things. You either have to spend during anniversary and hit the threshold of Onric shards obtained, which pretty much means bust out the fucking credit card, unfortunately. And the other option is going to be buy the battle pass. Now you have to actually buy the battle pass to get one, and then buy the upgraded battle pass to get two, and then once you hit four, meaning you either have to buy the more expensive one twice or the normal one 4 times. Yes, I know it's a slog. It is unfortunate, right? But I mean, hey, if you buy the battle pass regularly, then I guess that's a W. You're just gonna get it naturally, right? If you're free to play, then I guess this doesn't really apply to you, unfortunately. I know I wish that was something different and they maybe did it towards one in the normal pass, one in the paid pass, but I mean, hey, they gotta make money somehow. But anyway, if you are wondering what light cone you should be getting, I am here to help you out. So let's go over what each light cone does before I give you the tier list on it, right? Don't forget to like and subscribe, as always, and let's get into it. So, first things first, we have Blade's Light Cone. So, Blade's Light Cone is for destruction characters only. Blade's Light Cone increases the wearer's crit rate by 18%, increases their max HP by 18%. When the wearer's attacker or consumes their own HP, their damage increases by 24%. This effect is removed after the wearer uses an attack. Now, this light cone is very good for Blade, obviously, right? And Mide. So, I actually plan to get this light cone for Mide, so I'm very looking forward to this update. This also, I believe, works on Arlen, if I'm not mistaken, considering he takes his own HP before attacks. But it is Arlen. He's like the worst 4-star in the game. Might be the worst character in the game. So, if you're an Arlen fan, you can get this light cone. It'd be pretty solid. Otherwise, it doesn't really have a lot of synergy besides just giving crit rate and I guess max HP for survivability. But that's nothing too crazy. Next up is going to be Ruan Mei's Light Cone. Ruan Mei's Light Cone is for Harmony characters. It increases the wearer's break effect by 60%. When the wearer uses their ultimate, increases all allies' damage by 24% for 3 turns. Should the wearer's break effect exceed 150, you get 1 skill point. And then at the start of each wave, all allies regenerate 10 energy immediately. Abilities of the same type cannot stack, meaning if you have this Light Cone on one character and another character, the 10% energy will not stack. You can't cheese ults like that, unfortunately, right? So this light cone is pretty solid on Ruan Mei herself, but also the Harmony MC can take good value from this, right? Otherwise, I don't see you rocking this on Sunday. I'm not gonna lie. Break Sunday, I don't think is gonna fly. Next up, though, we have Zayle's Light Cone is for hunt characters. Increase the wearer's crit rate by 18%. Wow, it's almost like we just had a light cone with 18% anyway. While the wearer is in battle, for every 10 speed that exceeds 100, increases the damage dealt by base attack and skill by 6%. At the same time, increases crit damage of ultimate by 12%, and this effect can stack up to 6 times, meaning you would have to have 160 speed. Now, obviously, this light cone is good on Zaylee herself. Wow, shocker, I know, but it's also pretty solid on the free-to-play March 7th, which is absolutely massive. Otherwise, like Boot Hill, I guess, would technically get used from this because he'd be fast, but it's not boosting stats he really cares about. Ratio would probably not be fast enough, but I mean, his first hit of the skill and the ultimate would do more damage, not what you really want to buff. Fei Zhao could use the crit rate and the ultimate damage. But other than that, not really a lot of characters to use from this, even though this is a really good generic use light cone. We just don't have a lot of characters who actually want to use it, which is weird to think about. I feel like when more hunt characters are released, as long as they're not super specific, they can take advantage of this light cone very easily. Next up, we have the Wochas, which is the abundance one. Funny enough, they have one of each type, but remembrance, which, I mean, to be fair, the only remembrance 5-star light cone is Aglia's, and they're not giving that away for free, I promise you. Anyway, Love's Light Cone increases the wearer's attack by 24%. After the wearer uses an attack for each different enemy target the wearer hits, can regenerate 3 energy. Each attack can regenerate energy up to 3 times this way. After the wearer uses their ultimate, all allies gain 12 speed. Now this one's a little weird, because it's an abundance character. All of them mostly scale off of HP, so the attack is kind of wasted, and it's really just here for the energy and the speed, which could help you with speed thresholds and all that stuff, but honestly, I don't see a lot of characters getting much use for this. You just run Quid Pro and call it a day, honestly. So, kind of going down on the list, I'm not gonna lie. Then we have Fushon's, which is the Preservation Light Cone. Now, if you thought Luocha's Light Cone was whack, hell boy, here we go. Increases the wearer's max HP by 24% and energy regeneration by 12. When the wearer's HP is reduced, all allies' damage dealt increases by 9%, lasts for 2 turns. At the start of every wave, restores HP to all allies by an amount equal to 80% of the respective lost HP. So this is cool for survivability, but every preservation character scales off of defense but Xuan. The energy regeneration rate is cool. You could probably maybe run some shenanigans with like freeze March 7th this way because the energy regen, but otherwise, I don't see getting much use from this light cone unless you're using Xuan herself, very similar to the Luocha's light cone. Now, in front of the list, we have it right here. Let me go ahead and move it over. So, the best light cone you can pick is probably going to be Ruan Mei's. The reasoning for this is because Harmony MC is a free character and he's going to absolutely love this light cone, alongside Ruan Mei also being a free character you can pick. So as long as you're not running DD on one of them, you can use this light cone instead of the free-to-play one that gives you break effect and a little bit of energy, right? Obviously that little bit of energy can be useful though, so it really is just up to you if you prefer using that one. Next up is Zayle's light cone. The reason this one is higher, even though Blade, Mide, and Arlen can use that one, and Zayle's is a little bit more restricted to just 2 characters who could really use it. One of those 3 characters is March 7th, which is probably tied with Gallagher for best 4-star easily. March is so strong, so having this light cone would be extremely beneficial for her, and that's why I think it beats Blade and Mide, because Mide is a 5-star character you have to summon for, who's pretty much about to leave right as this comes out, and then Blade is a standard banner character technically now. I don't know if he'll have a rerun, but you still have to lose 50-50 and actually pull him for it to be useful. And the only free character they have is Arlen, which this icon's not saving Arlen. That's why I believe Zayle's would be above him. And then we have Luocha's, which really only works for him. And then I guess there's energy regen. And then Fushwan's, which is like literally the same boat. Honestly, probably this. They're just a little too specific for my liking. You can't really get too much value from them. But with the other 3, you can definitely get some value. So I highly recommend getting those top 3 ones. I feel like as long as you're putting it on a character who can really take advantage of these light cones, I feel like the top 3 really don't have a bad pick, right? For me, like I said, I'm going to be picking Blade's light cones so I can give some more HP and crit rate to Mide. I think my Mide has enough crit at this point. I might see if I can't switch around some of his relics just because I'm getting more crit from Blade's light cone now. But that's pretty much what I intend to grab. Then after that, I'll probably grab Zayle's light cone in hopes that I lose 50 at some point and get her, and then I'll probably go for Ruan Mei's. And after that, probably just gonna save up until they upgrade the shop. I highly recommend you guys keep in mind that they could upgrade the shop at any point, and we have some pretty good 1.0 light cones. Like Ratio's light cone is so good, right? So if you aren't too sure what light cone to get, you could also just save, right? That's also another option. But other than that, that'll pretty much be it for the video. Like I said, you know, unfortunately, free-to-plays can't really use this, so I do apologize to you guys there. Hopefully they give these out through maybe like events or something, considering you need 4 to actually get a light cone. Maybe they give out 1 every other patch or something. I don't know. Let's see how greedy they get. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next one.